Hello friends. Today we are repairing a Starline alarm key fob. There are two problems with the key fob. The first is that the button stopped working. We will change it. The second problem is the battery mount. The owner tried to fix it somehow but said it was a temporary solution. It will need to be fixed. Now we will disassemble and redo it. I see that they put a piece of paper under it. Let's remove it. I see that there is terrible soldering and a very large amount of solder. But I was warned that they tried to restore it themselves. Everything is ready to remove the button. I place the board on the edge of the table and will solder the button from the back side. I set the temperature on the hairdryer to 410 degrees. Done. I have removed the button. Now I will wait for the board to cool down. I need to prepare a place for the new button right away. I see that there is a lot of some kind of fat here. I will clean it all with isopropanol. I also need to remove all the excess solder. You need to apply a little flux and use copper braid to remove all excess solder. Done. All 4 contacts are cleaned. It remains to find the same button. Unfortunately, I did not have exactly the same button available. I think I will try to restore it. If I can't restore it, then I will have to go to the store and buy a new one. The store with radio goods is quite far from me, and because of the button I don't really want to go there. First, you need to cut off 2 button mounts. Next, you will need to remove the metal plate, then clean the plate and the contacts in the button. The fastening can be cut off or melted. Do as you like. I will try to cut it off. I do the work under a microscope. If you do not have one, then it will be very difficult to do. Now I will remove the plate using a scalpel. I managed to remove the plate and I see that everything inside is black, covered in grease, plaque and carbon. Now I'll turn the button over and see how the contacts are located, so that I can assemble the button correctly later. As you can see, the black one is a plastic button that presses on a metal membrane. Inside the button, everything is in grease. Most likely because of this it does not work. Let's lift the plate and look under it. Now everything here needs to be cleaned mechanically and then chemically. The plate will also need to be cleaned on both sides. I will do the cleaning without a camera, because it is quite a long process. As you can see, I cleaned everything on all sides, and in the end I washed everything with alcohol. Now it remains to assemble the button. I fixed one side of the button, but the other side doesn't want to sit in its place. I'll melt it a little now, and then it should sit in its place. Now you need to check the button. I will do this with a special probe. You need to hold the contacts, and then turn on the button. As you can see, the button works. This repair procedure is quite complicated because everything is very small, but I still managed to restore the button. Let's solder the button back in place. We applied flux and now we need to solder the button. The flux is quite sticky, and this is good because it allows you to align it without much effort and the button does not fall. Done. Now you need to solder the side mounts that serve as additional mounts. Everything is ready. The button is soldered. Now you need to clean it from flux. After that I will show you everything under the microscope. As you can see, the soldering is high quality. Now we need to remake the battery mount while the board is conveniently located for this work. Let's now assemble the keychain. The back side of the board should also be cleaned. You should also clean the buttons, they are also greasy. Now the button works perfectly, it is now pressed quite easily and works instantly. I also redesigned the battery plate. Now the battery fits more conveniently and does not fly out. It turns out that now the plate fixes it in place. The lid closes perfectly now and does not need to be glued with tape again. I found another problem. When I took the keychain apart, I noticed that the next part of the parts had come off. It looks like two elements came off from the fall. These are quartz and the blue element. Now let me show you the problem. Now I will apply voltage from the laboratory power supply, and if you listen we have some noise. And the key fob does not work. But as soon as I press on the blue element, the key fob turns on. As soon as I release the blue element, the key fob stops working. It needs to be soldered properly. It looks like there is a break in the legs. I fixed the elements with hot glue. And let's look at it through a microscope. Pay attention to the left leg of the element. As you can see, there is a micro crack. You need to solder this leg again. It turns out I fixed 3 problems. Let's insert the battery and check how the key fob works. First, I fixed the battery mount problem. Now you don't need to put a piece of paper under it and stick the back cover on tape. Second, I repaired the button. Third, I fixed the micro crack and now the key fob works perfectly. I hope the video was useful. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. See you in the next videos.